Hello and welcome to this edition of Saturday Chat with Big Scott 35. Man, it feels like for me it's been an era ever doing this. I know it's only been a week. I didn't do it Wednesday, like I said. I actually now have a small stack here, and some of them are from packs I've opened. Uh, I did make. Let me talk about the week there was. The week there was Sunday night. Had a conversation about the Expo, Toronto Expo, and just craziness with Carlos, Eric, Sanderson and Yannick, which was great conversation. I wanted Joe there as well, better known as Dr. Exclusive, but he had to get up early to go to work. Now that I've changed my time to 9, it was tough for him, which I understand. So, that's just the way it is. But it was still a good conversation. Um, so, me and Dad had a conversation on Monday, talked a lot about Otani, um, and just a lot of what ifs. And we'll do that again on this Monday, and probably talk about rumors and um, just everything that's going on in the off season. It seems to be a very in moves already made, players already signed. Uh, today, so Wednesday had no pickups, so I didn't do a show. Um, today, I tell you, I did make a purchase on eBay. One purchase for $20 shipped, a David Wright autograph. Uh, I was just messing around, just seeing what I could get very cheap or maybe a steal on some uh, auctions, and I won it for $15, $5 shipped. Seemed reasonable to me. I seen one was sold for 30, 35. Uh, take it all day, especially now that he's up on the ballot for Hall of Fame. I don't think he'll get in. He doesn't have the longevity with that back. He's going to fall short, I believe. But still, Hall of very, very good and very respected in the league, and definitely um, fast becoming one of the players I collect. Uh, and it's leaning more and more to me collecting more and more retired or later in career players, just because the way they move so much. Once they leave the Mets, I just can't. It's hard for me to like them as much. I love Conforto. I wish he would come back. Um, I try to watch a little bit of him with San Francisco this year. DeGrom and Syndergaard was a little different than him leaving. And if Pete leaves, I don't know how or what I want to do with that. And I'll cross that bridge when I get to it, if I get to it. It's a wait and see. Um, so that's it in a nutshell. I don't really have anything really. I'm not showing anything. It's Thanksgiving weekend. I was going to talk. Tomorrow night's show is going to be about thanks in the hobby. Hopefully have Mike on. Mike's having a long weekend. Hopefully have Westergriff on. I'll probably invite Dave. And just talk about the hobby, what we're thankful for about the hobby. I'm definitely thankful for that group of guys. That's made my hobby more enjoyable, along with many, many others out there that I talk to, on occasion, and know that they're there both ways. I'm hearing they're there. That communication's open. So, um, we talk about that. Everybody talks about. Not everybody. Most people talk about that friendships created in the hobby. I think most people, I didn't even know that, getting on here really helped. And I wish I'd done it a long, long time ago. But if you don't know, you don't know. Because today, let me just touch on this. Thankful for this channel, the people that take the time. It amazes me that I have 600 people that decided to hit the subscribe button at some time or another. Um, you don't know how appreciative I am of that, how it humbles me. Um, and it's just awesome. And Sunday night, that group that comes on there on Sunday night, just another amazement that you choose me to come on to watch, and my friends, or our friends, I should say, and hang out as a group and just have a good time for an hour or so before we have to return to the grind on Monday. Um, it's a good time, I think. We even take serious subjects and make them fun because it shouldn't be. It's just men on cardboard, you know. Uh, when we just, people do try to take advantage of others and things like that. We got to watch out for each other, and I think we do, and we have fun while doing it, and I'm really thankful for that. And I'll get more into what I'm thankful for tomorrow night. Suze did a question, uh, and I have some other topics as well. But Suze had a great question about what we're most thankful for in the hobby. And I said the cards, and I went more in depth, and I'll talk about it tomorrow because that's what got us all here, right? It's the basis. I know that's a cop out thing, but I went more in depth. And I think a lot of y'all have watched my channel know a lot about my history and why cards mean so much to me. And I'll go more into that tomorrow night with friends and just see where anybody else has the same thing. Uh, but yeah, I really, even though I'm not buying a lot, I do have a package from Micah. So next Wednesday, we'll have stuff coming in. The package that should have been sent to me last week is coming back to me with my graded cards, plus some purchases. Uh, and that's about it. I'm opening up. I have opened more than one pack a day, probably around 2 to 3 packs a day now, averaging. But I I tend to, if I'm not doing much or just sitting here watching TV, I'll take a break of posting cards or playing video games or whatever I'm doing and open up a pack, or while I'm watching YouTube or whatever. I just keep a stack here, right here in front of me. I just opened up last year's Allen and Ginter. Like I said, my Walmart has a lot of uh, blasters for around $18. Oh, and if you haven't noticed, Tops.com, they have boxes. Bowman First Edition, Bowman's Heritage, marked down at a very reasonable prices. They got blasters back to 1999 for flagship and heritage. Trying to think. That's it for baseball. I didn't see anything. Some soccer stuff. If you're interested in soccer, and the rip cards. I think they already discounted the rip cards. If I remember correctly. Yeah. So Topps High Tech Star Wars was released. I almost pulled the trigger, but I didn't, and there's reasons, and I'll just keep those close to the vest right now. I just got to watch my hobby dollars. Any extra money, I have to be an adult. I need to pay off my last year's travels to go next year traveling, and because I want to go, I want to go. I'm going to the national. Like, that is a done deal, but I don't want to have to owe money from last year to go to the national, and then I can't. And then I wouldn't go to Toronto. And I really want to go to Toronto as well. I'd like to make it to one of the Chantilly's. It's a lot of shows. I would like to go to Philly. It looks like I'm not going to the Hall of Fame next year in the spring. Things could change, who knows? But that doesn't look like that's going to happen. At least not my dad. But we'll see if I go at any time. That's always up in the air. Uh, so that's where I'm at right now. Goals are still looking good. I did buy something off of eBay, so I didn't make it to the whole rest of the year. But I mean, I think $20 for a David Wright auto. It is a sticker auto, but it's still an auto. Um, so I'm kind of happy with that. And a potential Hall of Famer, doubt it, but he could make it. Uh, Captain America. Uh, so I, I don't have really much else to talk about today. Um, I have some questions about some things going on in the hobby that's not negative for tomorrow night about grading. Um, we had an announcement from SGC week before last that not many people are talking about. And I just have some questions for the group on that. Which, I mean, it's nice. If you don't know, for 22-23, anything Bowman under the Bowman name is $9 graded at SGC with a 2 to 3 week turnaround, maybe. I forget what they said. So Peter made that announcement a couple of weeks ago on YouTube and Instagram. So I just want to get some thoughts and some other things he said in that announcement. But other than that, tomorrow night, very low key. Bring your stuff you want to talk about. Bring your jokes. See how your turkey day is going this weekend. It is the kickoff to the holiday season. Weather changed a little bit where I'm at too in Winston-Salem. A little nippier this weekend. Had to break out the long pants. So, I just want to see how everyone's closing out their year. We only have, 5 weeks left of the year, basically, because Thanksgiving was so early this year. Earliest day it could possibly be. So, that's kind of where we're at and seeing how everybody wants to close out the year in the hobby. So until next and like I said, tomorrow night I already announced who's on Sunday night, Monday with my dad, a few cards on Wednesday, and I'll see you again on Saturday. Back to the grind this week on Monday, back to work. So until next time, like, share, tell a friend, and we'll see ya.